The grueling 9-game road swing ends tonight in Detroit, and it was a long, long haul for the Senators. They end the trip, Jamie, 4 wins, 4 losses, and an overtime defeat tonight on a Patrick Kane power play goal winner.
But let's look at the big picture. You go 4-4-1 on a record 9-game road trip. So yes, Patrick Kane with the dagger in overtime, but I still think there's a lot to be proud of when it comes to this road trip. You had a great start, not so great finish, but let's not forget, Linus Ullmark not available to you for half those games. You know, Travis Hamonic gets injured last game, so one of your defensemen who's had critical minutes on the back end. So many different things. Your top players have dried up a little bit offensively, but they found a way to get a critical point. And if you would have said to me at the start of these 9 games, hey, they're going to go 500, they're going to get 9 out of 18 points, yes, you would have wanted more. You would have wanted to get greedy. But it also could have gone the other way, too. So I think you're happy. You're heading home to the point where you've got a lot of home games now. Yes, there's no rest for the weary. But I think overall they have to be satisfied with this road trip. Now you have to build on it. You've got a massive game on Thursday against the Buffalo Sabres, another interdivisional game. So there's lots to be proud of, but there's no rest for the weary. Where you're on that plane, you get maybe a potential day off tomorrow, and then you're right back at it on Thursday night.
Let's talk goaltending here. You mentioned Linus Ullmark, still not available for the Senators. And tonight, Anton Forsberg had a big bounce-back performance.
I thought he was brilliant. He was just okay in St. Louis the other night, and you couldn't lay the loss at his feet because, yes, he gave up 4 goals, but they didn't score, so it didn't matter. But for me, Forsberg made a couple brilliant saves at critical times to give his team an opportunity to stay in it. And there was no bigger save than in the 3rd period at 2-2 on Casper. He rips that out of the air. So these are the types of, I think, confidence-building games you get from a guy like Forsberg, where there's the save. I mean, no better save. Both of us were so fired up about it. But what's impressive about Forsberg, and we talked to Travis Green earlier, if he can get on a run and get some confidence underneath his belt, it softens the blow of not having Linus Ullmark available to you. Now, Marilainen's played well, but he's young. And to me, you can't rely on him that much. There's a reason why you have Anton Forsberg as your number 2, a 32-year-old veteran who's proven that he can give you those starting type of minutes. He proved with a very solid effort tonight.
It's a very busy week for the Senators. In fact, it's a 4-game week. They go back home to play the Buffalo Sabres, another division matchup against Buffalo, a team they've already lost to once this year. And then it's back on the road again.
Well, yes, because the one thing, we talked to Travis Green about it too, these are one-offs where you're into Pittsburgh, now you're back against the Dallas Stars, a top-tier team. So there's no situation where you feel like there's an easy night off, but you have to manage the schedule. That's why you're seeing this team not take a lot of morning skates. Maybe there's a day off here or there. You've got to manage the guys' bodies. It's sleep, rest, all of that type of stuff. And that's where, the scientist comes into it, where guys are like, hey, do we need the extra work or do we need to rest our body and make sure that we have the energy to play in these games? So it is a busy week, but you've got to manage the schedule. There's some tough games coming up. But again, you control your own destiny, and some of it's going to be on home ice.
And a very valuable point tonight in Detroit. The Senators pick up 9 of a possible 18 points on this 9-game road trip. And, of course, now head home to play the Buffalo Sabres on Thursday, a game you can catch right here on TSN in the Senators region.